Hello everyone, I'm Mark Fidelman with Fanatics Media. Joining me is Gil Eyal of Hyper Brands. Welcome to the Week in Influencer Marketing Review. We're going to jump right into this. This is a deal between the Warriors and Rakuten. That's how you pronounce it, right, Gil?
I think so.
I think it's Rakuten. Forgive me if I'm wrong. They own a lot of different companies. Some of which are, Viber. What are some of the other ones? eBay.
Bunch of other app stuff, branding stuff.
All right. Well, apparently they're making way too much money because they've decided to spend $60 million with a single team over the next 3 years to put a 2.5 by 2.5 patch on the Warriors jersey for the next 3 years. And they believe that's worth $60 million. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't name a single patch from any team that I remember or have had any kind of branding impact on me, and I watch the NBA a lot. What about you, Gil?
Oh, I would agree completely. I think it's an insane deal. It's old school as it gets, and they're trying to color it as a innovative deal, but it's as old school as it gets. This company paid $1 billion for Viber when concurrently Facebook bought WhatsApp for $16 billion. So I don't know if they're making the best decisions right now.
Tell me, if you're running down the court and running back and taking shots, how are you going to view this patch? How's that work?
But also, what's the relationship? Okay, so I saw the patch. We're seeing influencers struggle with promoting products they're actually talking about on social media. So the fact that they happen to have a patch on their shirt, that's really going to make a difference?
No, it's not going to make a difference. And the only time they're going to see it is when they're at the foul line. So what they're actually saying is, hey, Warriors, get into foul trouble, or at least the teams that they're playing against have got to get into foul trouble more in order for our patch to be seen. I don't know what percentage of the game that is, but it can't be a lot.
I'm wondering if this is going to break the record as worst deal in NBA history. I don't know if you know the story about the Kentucky Generals when the ABA joined with the NBA. They didn't want to take the Kentucky Generals, so they offered them a piece of the pie equal to all the other teams of the advertising revenue for infinity. And that was nice when the league was making $1 million a year, but now the league is making billions of dollars a year, and they're struggling with that deal. This deal isn't quite as bad, but you know what? It takes a close second.
Well, what's interesting is that the Warriors, upon hearing that the Rakuten was interested in giving them a patch to put on their jerseys, reached out to the Wasserman Media Group to kind of spin this back to them and figure out how we can get $60 million out of this e-commerce company that's in Asia. And apparently what they said is they came back with all these AI algorithms and how they can recognize the patch via these facial recognition and patch recognition software. And that because of all that, they were able to track impressions and just say, hey, in general, you should see X million impressions on every game, and this is why you should be paying us $60 million over 3 years to put this 2-inch patch on your jerseys. So, hats off to the Warriors for going to the Wasserman, and even a bigger hat off to Wasserman for spinning this in such a way they got a company like Rakuten to spend $60 million over 3 years.
Do you remember the days when PR firms would send you a list of all the publications that you got and how many readers they have and tell you, see, you just got 75 million people accessed the article that mentioned you. Of course, unrelated completely to how many people actually saw it or cared about it. Well, this is kind of the same explanation. Yes, okay, so they're going to have it on the patch, and people are going to see Stephen Curry hitting a 3, and there's going to be the word Rakuten on the patch or whatever it is. How that's translating into any value whatsoever for Rakuten, I don't know.
Yeah, and if I'm any other NBA team right now, I'm figuring out who I can go after to get $60 million over 3 years for this 2-inch patch. And I'd probably lobby the NBA to give me another 2-inch patch on the back of the jersey. And, all of a sudden, I think in the next 5 years, we might see NASCAR on jerseys, the NASCAR equivalent on jerseys, because it's going to become so lucrative that they're going to be crazy to turn any of this down.
Back in the day in Israel, the Israeli Basketball League actually sold the color of the ball to a internet company that had a yellow logo. So all the balls were yellow for one season, and all the players were missing shots, claiming that the ball was hard to deal with. So we'll see how far this goes in the NBA, but
right.
Yeah, it's definitely. It reminds me of the ABA ball that had like a zillion different colors on it. Maybe that's what the jerseys are going to look like.
All right. Well, it's being more and more commercialized. I think it's sad. I don't think it was a good deal, and I give this a huge thumbs down. What do you think, Gil?
Somebody at the Golden State Warriors is a genius at building basketball teams and is a genius at selling patches.
Slam dunk from their point of view, but they totally missed the shot. Big penalty to Rakuten for doing the deal, but maybe they got front row seats, center court. I don't know. Well, that's it for this week, Gil. Where can people find you?
I'm at www.hyperbrands.com.
Yeah, and he also has got a pretty famous Cheddar episode that you can look up, and he claims to look 50 pounds lighter. So check that out as soon as you can. In all seriousness, if you have any comments about this deal, if you disagree with Gil and I, let us know. Give it to us. Give us your best shot. And Gil, we'll see you next week.
See you next week, Mark. Thanks.